Hi, I'd like to totally change topics and take a break from politics and engineering to talk about an example of where outside the box thinking and going back to first principles pays off as a solution development model. So I usually present on the energy transition and politics and engineering solutions. The one time I got asked for my most outside the box solution, and I said, well, I think I found out how to ensure you always have an unstuffed nose, even during a cold, before sleeping. Something totally out there, right? Which everyone's had that problem, right? You can't sleep, can't breathe. So you might respond, well, over the counter medication doesn't work. And I agree. And billions of people have had this over centuries. And well, yes, but I had asthma and allergies for years, never could sleep. Colds would last months. And I got so sick of it, I researched and experimented. And I can always fall asleep now. I can always unplug my nose, even during a cold. So I'd like to present it to you. I'd be curious to know if it works for you and what you think. On this episode of Solutionformers, here's how to unstuff your nose so you can sleep with a cold. Seriously. So Buckley's with sore throats. Tastes awful, but it does work. But over the counter medications for nasal congestion, I find do not. So after 20 years, I finally got sick of stupid over the counter medications that didn't work. And after 10 minutes of research, the first thing that comes up is a neti pot. What's a neti pot? A neti pot is a container designed to rinse debris or mucus from your nasal cavity. Well, the pot seemed dumb to me, so I used the squeeze bottle. I found it worked better, and I could um, use it. So, how can water not burn your nose like in a swimming pool? Well, the salt you add makes a saline solution, which has the same concentration of salt as tears and other body fluids. This makes the solution soothing to the mucous membranes of your nose. Okay, so I try that and it kind of works. It rinses out the allergens, but there's always one nostril still plugged up. What the hell is up with that? So you research it. Why, have you ever heard of the sinus cycle? Right now, chances are you're only breathing out of one nostril. It's real for 80% of the people. Your brain throughout the day is switching nostrils and only breathing out of one. Why? No one knows. It's unclear why evolution would have you breathe out of only one nostril. And the other one's out of action. Valves open blood flow to that nostril, closing it off. As you can see here, there's one blocked off and the other one's breathing, and it's happening right now as you're watching this. And the reason why you have a plugged nose is because of your own blood vessels opening up. Thanks a lot, evolution. Okay, well, what the hell? Can't I open them up? Well, apparently, yes, you can. You study more, and you'll find that in India, they researched the topic, and by using pressure on your arm, you can get the nostril to switch. So I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name, but here is a doctor who did put on this presentation, and I can't believe it, but I'm actually agreeing with everything he says. So, sure enough, pressure on the nerves, skin receptors, soft tissues around the shoulder, you can hack your brain to make it switch. Here's some research papers. So there is some science behind it. One even links it to your mental state. I'm not going to go through that, but read through it. And this is the position which you can use. So you lie on the opposite side. So the unplugged nostril down on the pillow. You lie straight, bend your arm and apply pressure, especially to where that blood vessel is in your arm. I put a pillow there to always get the blood vessel. I assume that that's what's triggering the response, that it's on some kind of pressure control loop. So make sure you bend your arm. I find it speeds it up. So for that couple of seconds, you'll feel the valve switching, by the way. And when that happens, you can now blow your nose. For that 5 seconds, you'll be able to, and that will be clear. Worst case scenario, lie back, it'll switch, do the other one. There you go, unplugged. For real. So, no one told me that in school. Never heard of the nasal cycle before. There's very little articles on the internet for that, but everyone's had this problem at least a couple times in their life. And aren't we spending like billions of dollars on cold medication for the worst symptom of the cold, which is that damn plugged nose? I've tried to think of how to make money on this, a patent or something, but nothing. So here you go. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out there, see if it was useful for anyone else, see if anyone ends up as shocked as I am that it works. Also, hope it encourages everyone to look at everyday problems and not assume there is no solution because, well, someone else would have found it. So, moving the world forward, solutions have to come from someone, could be you. Thanks for watching.